How's it going, everyone? I hope everyone's doing well. So today we're going to be talking about a very highly anticipated film coming out very soon. It's been very anticipated for me. I've been looking forward to it since it was announced. It's Tenet. We are going to be talking about everything we know about Tenet. Let's start with release date. So release date was originally supposed to be July 17th. But I don't know if you guys have heard, there's this thing going around called COVID-19. It could be COVID. Let's call it COVID. There's a thing going around called COVID-19. And apparently it's like a worldwide pandemic, and it's stalling everything. It's shutting things down. It's stopping production. So now the release date has changed to, I believe it is August 22nd. As for North America and Canada, we are going to be getting it for September 2nd. Now, from what I heard, there is a possibility that not all theaters in America or Canada are going to be getting this movie. I would assume that the places that will are the highly populated areas where more people would likely see a big budget film by Nolan. As of right now, it stands September 2nd is the release date for Tenet in North America, Canada. Next, moving on, we have filming. So Nolan loves to shoot his movies in IMAX, and for good reason. I was just watching The Dark Knight Rises a couple days ago, and he loves shooting in IMAX. And I think that's the best way to capture a movie, especially in the way that he films his movies. He is, from what I know, still one of the few people who prefer film over digital. And I think that's definitely a good thing for him, because his movies have a cinematic feel. There's something about Nolan that you regret not seeing his movie in theaters. You know, every movie he's made, the Batman movies, Inception, Interstellar, Dunkirk, he has a cinema feel, and he does have an IMAX feel too. IMAX is what you want to watch, you know, his movies in at least. 90% of Tenet is fully in IMAX, which is not cheap at all. That is very expensive. Nolan likes dimmer lenses, a little bit darker, but at the same time, he still pops the color to you. And I think that's why his filming style is so unique, and the fact that he lets you see everything that the camera is picking up. Next up, we have cast, and what a fantastic cast it is. John David Washington, Robert Pattinson, Michael Caine, of course, as every Nolan movie has, Elizabeth Debicki. It's a star-studded cast, especially for someone like John David Washington, who's just blowing up onto the screen now. It's really interesting with Tenet because most of the actors have come out to talk about how intricate this story is. We don't really have too many details, and if there are details out there, I don't know it because I don't want to know it. I want to wait till this movie comes out. But according to John and Robert, they've said in multiple interviews how they were filming this movie thinking they understood the story, but then the next scene they're like, what the hell is going on? And it just shows you the mind that Nolan has. It's like, he's going to have a movie that is going to screw with your mind. You're not going to fully understand what's going to happen until you hit the end. I've even heard something that Michael Caine, because he's not in the movie a whole lot, but the scenes he had, he was not allowed to know the story of the movie. He had to come in, read his script, and immediately film. He was basically thrown into it not understanding the movie, only understanding his lines and who his character is. So I know a lot of theories right now are talking about how Tenet is not time travel. It is called time inversion. I'm kissing Christopher Nolan's ass here. Like, the only person who's going to really be able to explain that to me is Nolan through a movie. Another piece of information we actually know about the story is that John David Washington is playing a secret agent who is trying to prevent World War III. If you have watched the trailer, I'll put the link to the trailer in my bio if no one has seen it yet. I think it's also good to mention the fact that Tenet, the title itself, can be read the same front to back, back to front. I'm sure the symbolism of that is going to have a huge part in this movie. We have a great runtime for this movie. It's 2 hours and 30 minutes, and it's really not a Nolan movie unless the movie is over 2 hours and 20 minutes or so. I'm not one to shy away from a 2 hour 30 minute movie. I'm not one to shy away from a 3 hour 30 minute movie. Test me, Nolan. Make a 6 hour film and I'll sit there from start to finish, no problem. There is a crazy rumor as well that it is somehow related to Inception. I don't really know how accurate that could be because Nolan is not known for making sequels, other than the Batman movies, of course, but that makes sense. That is a sequel type series. Batman has thousands of stories, you know, if not millions, so you can do so much about Batman. But he's not one to usually make sequels about his films. You would never see a sequel about Dunkirk, and if you did, it wouldn't be Dunkirk 2. It would be another piece of World War II history. I'm pretty sure in an interview, John says something about how Tenet is actually the brother-in-law to Inception. That's really interesting because I could understand just by watching the trailers they've dropped that Tenet definitely does have an Inception type feel. And you know, the production for this movie is been insane. It's his second most expensive film, I think ranging around 200 million. I think it's a little bit more than 200 million. And I've heard crazy rumors, I don't know how accurate this is, but I've heard some crazy things that, like, Nolan literally asked Warner Bros. For the budget, and because they trust him so much, they're like, yeah, sure. I'm sure it's not that easy even for a guy like Nolan, but if you're gonna do it for someone, you're gonna do it for a guy like Nolan. He knows what he's doing, and he's not gonna fail you with a bad movie. Nolan usually keeps it secluded to a certain couple areas. They don't really go too far and travel too many distances to film movies, but for him this time around on Tenet, they went to Italy, Estonia, the UK, India, Norway, Denmark, and multiple parts of the US. That's 7 countries right there, not including all the different states they probably went to in America. I think with 7 countries, it's very interesting the types of environments and places we're going to see in one movie. If this is really about stopping World War III, well, that makes sense because it's about the world. Alright guys, and there you have it. That is pretty much all we know about Tenet. If there's anything I missed, it's probably very minor details. There is really nothing about the story. And like I said earlier, good. This is a type of movie you want to see in theaters. It's not a type of movie that you want spoiled for you. And even if it was spoiled for you, you probably still wouldn't understand it fully unless you actually saw the movie for yourself. So until Tenet comes out on September 2nd, let's keep this hype train going. I'll see you guys soon.